Needed to get my cousins a card for his birthday because, trust me, he is a very tall person and he loves The Office show. Oh, that's fun. Oh my god, tall people. Tall people scare me. How tall is everyone in chat? I got the short Asian genes. I am just a small 5'2" boy. The good thing about being this short is that it does at least mean that I can kind of make my short height be somewhat of a character trait. It's short enough where I look cute. I'm like a cute little stuffed animal that you can put in your pocket. Is height important in the US? Very, very. In fact, in the US, depending on how tall you are, judges how well you are paid in jobs. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times people can make it a big deal where it's like, if you're tall, it's usually associated with having a lot of like authority. Tall people are more sought after than short people, I guess. On like Tinder and whatnot, people will be like, oh, swipe left if you're less than 5'6" or something. I was chatting in one of my friend's Twitch streams and they were talking about like height and like how tall everyone is. When I said that I was 5'2", they said, and I quote, oh yeah, that's not something I would admit to anybody. Like, oh, 5'2", that's not, yeah, I wouldn't tell anybody that. That's kind of a spicy question. Has anybody in chat ever gotten matches on Tinder? I'm not gonna lie, I don't get matches on Tinder. I'm okay with admitting that. I don't get matches on Tinder. Like, matches on Tinder were so rare for me. Like, whenever I got a match on Tinder, I would just be like, oh no, don't mess this up, Chase. Don't mess this up because this will be the only one of the year. You know what's been happening recently though? I'll come across someone on Tinder, like they'll put like gaming in their bio and stuff. They'll have their Instagram posted in their bio or something, so I'll go check out their Instagram, obviously. They'll have like an OnlyFans or something. They'll be an OnlyFans creator. And I think that's so interesting. Nothing wrong with that, obviously. But I think that's interesting. People in my area too, which is kind of wild. I always consider my area to be kind of like, you know, conservative in terms of like people not being very public and whatnot. I wouldn't have expected that. It's a very empowering thing. Speaking of which, like, I hope I don't get canceled by saying this. It's kind of a controversial opinion, but I think women are great. I think women are great and should be able to do whatever they want to choose to do. Sorry, I know it's very controversial, but that's just my opinion. I've kind of been stepping away from Tinder and dating profiles and whatnot because mainly because Dr. Case was talking about how bad it is. But also it's just like, I feel like I don't have the time nor energy to do so. I love Mario Kart and I've been making little TikToks too out of my Mario Kart streams. I feel like now Mario Kart can be my version of Subway Surfers. I just have the Mario Kart gameplay going and then I'm talking over it. You look young, like maybe 21 through 24. Really? I just turned 25. Well, I'm glad I look young, at least. Let's go. Thank God. And I think maybe a lot of it has to do with, like, the Asian genes. But I feel like I'm pretty lucky in that I've always looked pretty young. So I am scared that one day it's all just gonna catch up to me. Like, one day I'm just gonna, like, turn into the oldest fart ever. A lot of times you'll see, like, people talk about how Asian people, like, don't age at all. So now that I'm getting older and there are younger people than me, it really throws me off. Like recently, I've been finding a lot of like YouTubers and Twitch streamers, and I'm like, wow, they're like very successful, they're very well put together. And then I look at like how old they are, and they're like just like in their early 20s, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm getting older. Do you watch anime at all, or read manga? Wait, is it because I'm Asian? I don't watch too much anime. I've been trying to get into anime, but I didn't grow up on anime or anything. I like never really got into it. I only just recently watched My Neighbor Totoro, but besides that, sorry, cannot relate to anime. Contrary to popular belief, just because I'm Asian does not mean I watch anime, just joking. Wait, I just realized, did they use the same model train for Merry Mountain and Calamari Desert? The trains look the same, just with like a Christmas theme. What the heck? My mom likes food and making food or something funny nice to her on TikTok. Oh, that's good. Yeah, bless all the moms out there. As long as moms aren't bad to their children or anything. Not to like generalize or like put pressure on moms already. I feel like every mom is just good at cooking for whatever reason. Like it's just like a natural thing. Yeah, I love moms. And not in a weird way. Sorry. That went from really wholesome to really weird real quick. I have a question about the US, but I'm not sure how to word it. Oh no. As long as it's not like super inappropriate, I guess go for it. Also just know that I'm not the sole representation of the US. I live in Hawaii, it's like debatable if Hawaii is even part of the US. Do you think people in the US value power more than their morals? Oh, that's interesting. I think so. I thought about it for a few seconds and actually, yeah, that very much makes sense to me, I believe. Because you do see a lot of people just throw away morals to get more power. I mean, obviously, there's a large variety of people, like people are all different, so not everybody is like that, but I will say, I think you do see that a lot. I don't want to speak for everybody in the US because this is just kind of based on my own life and experience. People put a lot of value in like working and like having money and whatnot and status. And I've seen this happen too, where it's like, there have been people at my work, they're gonna work instead of spend time with their family. Like something as small as that, I feel like you're like throwing away your family time just to work and make money. And then with some of the extremes of like people will rob people of their money or like, you know, basically steal people's money just to get higher status and more wealth. Like, I mean, I say that as we're streaming on Twitch. Not even just Twitch, but like even like content creators in general. You see a lot of people like do really just like bad things just for views, I think is a good example. I finally started Spider-Man 2. Oh my god, the intro for that game, so good. That's the best video game intro I've seen in a hot minute, I feel like. Mild spoilers for Spider-Man 2, at least the intro. But like basically, as soon as you hop into Spider-Man 2, there's a giant boss battle that also serves as a tutorial. It's so good. I'm actually so glad that I picked that game to start from my backlog. That game has made me excited about playing video games again. I lost to a 9-year-old in chess like a week ago, reported his account. Wow. Yeah, get that 9-year-old out of here. Did you guys ever know people like that? People who are so young, but they're like way smarter than they ever should be. There was this person in my grade who I knew who was like extremely just ridiculously knowledgeable and stuff. He told me he was going to be starting up a business, so he must have been like 11 or 12 years old. Even to be like thinking about that, like when I was 11 or 12, I was thinking about the best Mario Kart 7 kart combination. I don't care about starting a business when I'm 11 or 12 years old. Just like tell me how to get the fastest acceleration in Mario Kart. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Yikes. No. Alright, 6th place, we'll take it. I looked up the stats, and can you guys believe that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the second highest, I believe, selling Nintendo game of all time? The first one, I think, is Wii Sports. This game is whatever you want to call it, a remaster, a remake, re-release of a Wii U game, and then has gone on to become the second best-selling game in Nintendo's history. Have you guys ever in college went in an English class, there's like a writing prompt that is similar to something you wrote in high school and you just reuse an old paper? That's the equivalent of what Nintendo has done with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's wild. I've definitely done that a few times.